Hello, this is Diane Cox here. I'm going to do a little overview for the astrology this month, March 2024. It's a little bit like we're on the runway. There's a lot happening. And what's really interesting this month is there's a Pisces stellium. So that means there's like 4 planets in Pisces to begin with. That's quite interesting. Just behind them, there's a few planets in. There's the few planets. There's Pluto and Mars and Venus in Aquarius. So you've got Aquarius, mad professor, wonderful collective consciousness, humanity, bit mad, ingenious, and great, and bonkers all at the same time, and kind of very pragmatic and not emotional Aquarius. And so they're up here, and then you've already got down here the Piscean posse. You've got the Sun, Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury in Pisces. I'll explain all this, what this means, and then a bit later, it's like a bit of a running race. It's quite interesting. It's like you've got all these planets, and they're on the grass. And it's a bit like you've got like tortoises and you're trying to get them to come forward. Well, they're going to come forward anyway with a bit of lettuce or a carrot or something. And like, you know, there's some are going forward and then some are going forward and then some are kind of overtaking. So you've got this, then later in the month, it's like they all move into Aries, and it's such a different energy. Because having the Pisces stellium, you've heard me talk about the Pisces energy before. It's kind of expansive, visionary, trusting, sweet and pure, and like little kind of, they're in their little wonderful dream world and away with the fairies, and why can't this be like this all the time, and walking through forests and talking to the angels and that kind of energy. But not to ever, what I should always back that up with is, as I've often said, water is the unconquerable element. It'll always find a way. It's a lot stronger than people sometimes give Piscean energy credit for. Water can be a drip, steam, or it can be a tsunami. So water is a mighty powerful element, and think about that this month, because all these planets in Pisces are like a powerful element just waiting for a way to be expressed at the moment. You've got Mars and Venus, obviously Pluto in Aquarius, so they're all kind of in the energy of like, Mars and Venus are kind of the lover and the warrior are kind of having some fun, or they're right next to each other. So with that Aquarian energy, so some ingenious ways of communicating with friends, socializing, or earning some money, spending some money, investing or whatever. Mars the warrior, it's like, what's the battle plan? What are we doing? An ingenious way of battle plan for Mars. It's like, oh, I've got an idea that, we can do this. It's in order to get what they want, what Mars wants. To go forward courageously, independently, push, results, action orientated, where Venus is like, where should we go for dinner, and luxuriate on this chaise lounge while someone massages my feet or whatever. So there's this very different energy going on, and what's really weird is they're all on one side of the chart, in one area of the heavens, in the constellation of Aquarius, in the constellation of Pisces, and then a bit later on a load of them like hoof it into Aries. So it's like, it's such a bizarre month of like having that Piscean kind of big dream, big thinking, big ideas, and like then Mars is given the support of like, okay, big ideas. How are you going to do this? How are you going to make it happen? What's the strategy? What's the plan? What's the plan? And of course, Saturn's good with what's the plan, even though it's in Pisces, because it can soften it and give it a little bit of a whole different point of view kind of thing. So it's like, then everything hoofs it into Aries. The new moon's on the 10th of March, so I would say on the 10th of March, sit down, make a vision board, write down what you want to manifest for the month, write down how you're going to manifest it. Okay, write down your plan, your actual action plan for manifesting it, not just, oh, this is my big thinking dream. Because there are some things happening this month, which is like, for instance, Mars gets in a square with Uranus, and Uranus is the lightning bolt of change, the lightning bolt of surprise, the lightning bolt of wow, gosh, look at that, I never saw that coming. Uranus is like the big picture kind of woof, the light, it hits and everything changes. And when Mars and Uranus are like that, it's explosive energy. It's really huge energy. The potential is fantastic. Explosions can be really great for demolishing things and getting rid of stuff like big buildings that have had their time, and explosions can kind of open seams in mining for all kinds of stuff, even though it does do a little bit of damage. And also explosions can be catastrophic, as we have seen horribly over too many months all over the world. Well, I'm thinking about Gaza. And so there's this Mars energy coming in, which really is quite intense. The Mars square Uranus energy, and that is on around the 10th. Yeah, there's this kind of really bizarre mix this month. So get your head around the supportive kind of incisive, ingenious insights regarding your personal battle plan, how you're going to go about, and even so, say battle plan, I shouldn't say maybe battle, I should say just like life plan, kind of going like, okay, I've got some really great ideas about how to do this, and then Venus is right next to me, and like she's kind of supporting me here, and then I've got my big Piscean dream here. And again, with Pisces, it's fantastic, the dream. Be careful of being led down the garden path. Be careful of people who seem to be promising far too much, because they probably are. Be careful of being manipulated, because on a challenging day for Pisces energy, it's disappointment. It is feeling like you've been totally let down. You fell for the illusion, and you fell into a state of delusion because you feel you've been so disappointed by people's situations, the potential that then people just didn't fulfill or didn't get fulfilled by a conglomerate or who knows what. So think about yourself, because I do think in these moments of the world in its kind of mad state of devolving, deconstructing, you have to keep your perfect piece of paradise wherever you're at. You've got to kind of create your plan, the way you want to live the month, the way you want to go ahead, and not be influenced by things that don't align with you. We get very frustrated, and it leads to all kinds of things when you're not fulfilling your own alignment, and you're being pulled in all directions by other people's wishes. And as I often say, in a mature relationship, you can make that happen. In a mature workplace, you can make that happen. In families that are working well, how many of those are there in the world? So yeah, it's such a great month. There's a not partial lunar eclipse, because we're coming into the eclipses. There's a big massive one next month, but I'll talk about that. April the 8th, there's a big eclipse, big huge total solar eclipse. On the 24th, 25th, depends where you are in March, was it prenumbral eclipse, lunar eclipse. So it's all building up, this energy's building up. So think big, let your ideas run wild, come up with a plan of how to make it happen. Doesn't mean it has to happen now, you're planning, so think of the pitfalls, what can go wrong, the personalities involved, think about the money, allow your genius to kind of go out there, and your kind of really great imagination. But just be wary of what goes on. Be wary of the Mars energy and the combustive, explosive energy that's coming in. try and keep yourself, I mean, sometimes, things happen, and of course we're human and we can't help reacting, and, in a way that sometimes you look back and go, oh, we should have done that. But just have your radars on and just carry on creating your Piscean dream. Know that the Aquarian energy is coming through, and that suddenly then Aries comes to act. It's quite interesting, actually, because the Aquarius energy is thinking, and, really brilliant thinking and electric thinking and really unique thinking. The Pisces energy is the compassion, the healing, and the ability to vision. So you've got those two could work so nicely together. And then Aries is like the action. Okay, poof, bring it into action. And of course, there's the Uranus. There's kind of other aspects that will come in. The moon's going to be changing throughout the month. I think it goes from starts in Scorpio today, and then obviously it goes right through every few days. So it's going to be changing the way we're reacting to our ideas and what's happening around us. So just kind of I mean, it's funny how the cards yesterday, the work your light cards were about grounding. Be grounded, do things that ground you, earth yourself, do some barefoot walking, eat properly, and then let all this planetary influence just work through you in the best way it can. And of course there's going to be things that don't work out. Of course there's going to be stuff that you think, okay, well that wasn't that kind of plan. But put it down, especially the new moon is going to be a really lovely kind of time to sit and just go, write it down, and how. Why and how, and the plan will start to come together. And then we have the full moon, which is, like I say, there's a lunar eclipse on the 25th, depending where you are in the world, around the 25th, and the full moon is in Libra, so it's a lunar eclipse in Libra, obviously opposite Aries. So it's about relating relationships one-to-one versus self-identity, how you're identifying with yourself, how you identify yourself within relationships. And this can all, again, be very woven beautifully into the whole passage of the planets going from the Aquarian, Piscean and Arian run. Venus and Mars just go from Aquarius to Pisces, but obviously the Sun, Mercury go from Pisces to Aries, and obviously with the Moon kind of coming through. So I'd get your lovely thinking boots on, let yourself expand, and let yourself ground, earth these fantastic energies. And take the ebb and flow of the planets and the quick transits that might make you feel annoyed, or the quick transit that make you feel elated, and then get back down to harmony. And when that moon comes and the eclipse, and then we move into Aries, not Aries, sorry. Well, we do move into Aries in April, because that is like. Really, I feel like there's a runway, and we're all kind of getting ready. We're all getting strapped in for this fantastic journey, especially in the next few years to come. Anyway, that's a long way off. Let's keep our mind in the present moment and have a fantastic month. If you've got any questions, put them down below in the comments section. Like I say, I like to do an overview and what I find interesting and funny about the astrology of the month. So leave me any questions if you have, but have a fantastic month and make the best of it as always. Be your brightest, most beautiful self, and I will see you soon. Take care now. Bye.